All right, I'm going to go over these blitz numbers because we're talking about 2 on the ball, and this is interesting. So this year, top 5 players that have been blitzed and pick and roll. Luka by a lot, by far, almost 200 more blitzes, sure. And then everybody, the next 4 guys are bunched together. It's Brunson, Anthony Simons, Dame, and Book. Mm-hmm. Top 5 by ISO, Giannis, Kawhi, Julius Randle, Anthony Davis, and Banchero. Those are the top 5 by ISO guys. Yep. It's interesting. I looked up your blitz numbers in the tracking era, and you were first in ISO doubles in 13 and 14, second in 15, 16, and top 10 in 17, 18, and 19, 20. You've never actually been in the top 20 in blitzes against pick and rolls. Why do you think that is?
Because I make all the right reads.
I think it's that simple. You're
it's
right.
that simple. Teams know they can't blitz me in the pick and roll.
But what's interesting about Luka, I think, he's one of a handful of guys in this era that can make any pass against a double team.
Any.
James is one of them.
Yep.
You are for sure. Luka's one of them.
Yep.
So why are you blitzing him?
I don't understand it. Especially with the shooting they surround him with too. It doesn't make sense.
Like I get the Brunson thing has been since Randall's out.
Yeah.
The uptick in blitzes has
for
gone
sure.
way up, right?
They don't have that.
I get that.
Yeah, for sure.
I get that.
I get that as well. You know, you have to. He's a one-head monster right now with the Knicks, and they blitzing him and making other guys beat him. I saw Golden State do it a lot last night as well before our game. But yeah, it doesn't, because he's going to make every read, and when Tim Hardaway is hitting 6 or 7 threes, you're done.
Yeah.
Kyrie's going to do what Kyrie does.
Yeah.
Luka's going to do what he does. But when you get Tim Hardaway hitting 6 or 7 threes, and in our game earlier this year, we blitzed Luka and Dante Exum hit 5.
Oh, that's right.
6 threes. Yeah, that.
I guess what's interesting to me with great players, because everybody always talks about mixing it up. You got to mix up the coverage and pick and roll. You got to mix up how you double, when you double, all that stuff, right? So, for example, just so we're clear on this, when you double, what I mean is the guy's in the mid post in isolation against the mismatch.
Is it on the dribble?
Is it on the dribble? Is it on the catch?
Yeah, exactly.
How you double? Is it, as you said, tilt? Is it coming from the baseline or is it coming from the nail? Yep. Right? You have to talk about all those things. I just think with spacing and with shooting, there's just no good answer. So if people want explanations about why we're having all these scoring outputs, it's because there's not a good fucking answer. No. Atlanta blitzes the most in the NBA. They decided not to blitz Luka Doncic because they were worried about the consequences. And he had 73.
And he has 73.
Right? There's just not good answers for the best players right now.
No. And it goes back to the three-point shooting, as you said. Teams are afraid of teams hitting 6 or 7 or 8 threes in a game right now. So this is where all the switching occurs now. Everyone's saying, okay, let's get to the switches. At least we will keep everybody home. But then you realize when you switch a non-favorable defender on a great player, if that great player knows is going to make the reads, they're going to get threes anyways because they're going to drive, there's going to be a help, and then there's going to be a numbers game. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So it has to come to a point, it's like, what are we willing to give up? Not what are we willing to stop. You can't stop great guys. You can't stop great players. You just hope they miss. But what are we willing to give up? And then you have to just tip your hat. Like these scoring outputs is insane. I wish I was back in like 2012 right now.
With the young legs, with the young tires.
With young tires.
Yeah. The tires with only 11,000 miles on them. The switching thing is interesting too to me because there's certain teams that can put switch-heavy lineups out there, right?
Yeah.
You need the personnel to be able to switch, right? And you need to be able to trust certain guys. So like Ty Lue clearly trusts his bigs to be a switch. To the point, like going back to Luka, I played on that team in 21 that lost in Game 7 against the LA Clippers.
Yeah.
And he trusted Zubats to switch onto Luka that entire series, despite the fact that Luka was killing him.
Right.
Because he didn't want to get in rotation,
right?
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching Mind the Game podcast. If you like it, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.